All right, guys, it's time to start the meeting. Call the meeting to order. Please join me for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Today's date is November 13th, 2017, 6:30 p.m. We're having a regular council meeting here at the chambers. Lacey, you want to do roll call, please?
Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Councilmember Hutchison?
Here.
Councilmember O'Regan?
Here.
Councilmember Carlson?
Here.
Mayor Yoder?
Here. All right, number 4, we got some additions and deletions. Thank you, Lacey, for it, by the way. Now we have additions and deletions. She did add a little bit here on another sheet that you guys have. We'll go get to that on number 9.
The consent agenda, there were a couple more claims
Correct.
as well that came in last minute, so.
So I'm looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda from A to G, including that second sheet A too. I guess it's the same thing probably. But it's just more claims. So A to G.
I will make a motion to approve.
Okay, motion made by Carlson, looking for a second by O'Regan. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I guess I should have added, does anybody have any deletions or additions to the agenda they want to add? Anybody from the council? No? Okay. Then we're gonna go to number 6. We're doing the summer report of our October 30th, 2017 meeting. We had a closed meeting at the closed meeting October 30th, 2017, we did a performance review for the city clerk / treasurer, Lacey Schmea, which was conducted, and she received 43 out of 56 total points in 14 areas. Lacey is averaged out doing a highly satisfactory job. Good job, Lacey. So then we are going to move to planning and zoning. We have conditional use permit to add used automobile, motorcycle, RV sales along with the associated signage in the existing trailer sale business in the C2 commercial zoning district, page 17 and 21. Pat, did the planning and zoning
Yeah, it's
approve that?
Plan and zoning approved it with the conditions as laid out on pages 18 through 21 of the, where the recommended conditions are.
Okay. Looking for a motion to approve that.
I would make that motion.
A motion made by Hutchison, looking for a second.
I will second that.
Okay, second made by Johnson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have a zoning administration proposal for 2018, which is page 22 to 26. Looks like there's several options. We also had talked at one point to do NJPA, and I don't know how you guys feel about it. Did you have any more discussion with them about it, or?
I have spoken with NJPA. Usually I don't think we do this until the December meeting, but Ben had said the planning commission asked him to send it over for this meeting. So I don't know if somebody had the intention of bringing it for a vote already, or
Do you guys wanna just
what
review it?
exactly?
I would ask that we put it off till next month, give us time to go over it more thoroughly and see if NJPA wants to give us a bid.
Okay.
That would be my thought.
Sounds good. If you guys are kind of in agreement with it, we'll just go postpone it for the next meeting. Good?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. All right, any other business for the planning and zoning? Do you have anything, Pat?
I don't, that was it,
Okay, anybody else have
that I
anything?
know of.
Okay. All right, building department business, looks like we have a rental ordinance, housing ordinance, that she had sent out earlier, or previous meeting. You guys had a chance to review and do discussion on that with other cities. I don't know if you did or not, but. You guys have a chance to look over it and. So this is kind of an outline, right, Lacey?
I provided the whole ordinance at the last meeting. It was a handout, and we tabled it to this meeting. I don't know if any discussions happened on it or any research. It's possible you want to table it further or set up a committee. Or
So what I've found, I've talked to Randall, I've talked to some other small cities, and a lot of them don't do it. Bigger cities obviously do, like Little Falls probably does it, I think, and I think Staples is looking at it, doing it,
That's what I've heard.
yeah. But when I did call them about, you know, garbage laying around, they just kind of leave it up to the police to do the ordinance thing, and so, I mean, I don't know. I don't wanna chase business away from the city, and the city is small, but I also know that it's nice to have something, a guideline. Maybe we should put up do a committee. How do you guys feel?
Put up what?
Do a committee. We actually could be talked in depth and.
You know, I agree. In some ways, I feel like we should have something. However, this seems pretty strict. And I think we've been doing fair with our rentals, and we have the ordinances to fall back on.
And, yes and no, and I think some of it we don't hear about, but I mean, I think, have you had any complaints around about like rental houses being not healthy to live in?
Not really. There's been a couple instances, but for the most part, most of the time, they've cleaned that stuff up and, no.
Okay. Well, if we wanna do a committee so that you guys can talk more and maybe check in depth, I mean, that'd be kind of a good start, I guess. Maybe the committee would decide not to do it and we just shut it down. But we need to redo it either way, because if we're not gonna do it, then we need to get it out of our ordinances, correct? The previous one?
yeah, I mean, that's the trouble. The reason this came up is I had a resident come in asking about what they had to do if they wanted to rent their house out. And so it was the first time it had come up, and I looked it up and said, oh, well, we have this rental housing ordinance that says you need to register with the city and will enforce the building code, and the building inspector will come out, but it hasn't been followed since it was put in place. So do we have one or don't we? And, you know, sort of where we're at. And I have received complaints about a couple of the rentals, but again, it's sort of, okay, and that's, you know, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it if we haven't been enforcing it.
I don't think
So-
Morrison has one that I know of. I think it goes to public health issue maybe. But counties are a little more lax than cities are too, as far as that goes.
Yeah, I think we should set up a committee anyhow, so we really understand what we're doing. And have, if we want it, have something that we can put our teeth into it.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, if you guys wanna do a committee, let's, let's vote on putting a committee in place. So I'm looking for a motion to put a committee in place to review the rental housing inspection or ordinance.
We'll come back with a recommendation.
Yes.
I'd make that motion.
Okay, motion made by O'Regan, looking for a second.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Carlson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Now we just gotta figure out who's gonna be on the committee.
I would take part in that one.
Perfect. I was hoping you would. So we'll put Amy on there. Steve, you wanna be part?
Sure.
Okay, anybody else? Well, we can only do two, but
Just two
did you
counts.
guys have interested in doing it?
No, I'm Steve
You
and
okay
Amy.
with it?
Yeah, if they
Okay.
wanna,
How about we put Lacey, you wanna be on it?
Sure.
Fire chief? You wanna be on it?
I mean, I could say yes for him.
Hey, you're the assistant? There you go, you're still the chief. You wanna be on it, Chuck? Or you're gonna be gone though, ain't you? That's true.
I actually do think, I mean, I'm not throwing Todd under. Oh, technology. I actually do think it'd be a good idea, just for the fact of looking
Fire
at
safety.
codes, you know, making sure everything is up to date, and when you're walking through doing stuff like that, you know, you can point stuff out and say, hey, you need to do this, it needs to get fixed, or
Right,
whatever. And I mean, it's one of those things, kind of like an OSHA inspection. If you ask them to come out there, you don't get fined for it.
right.
So, you know, I honestly think it'd be a good idea.
Well, and I know the building inspector will meet with us as well. I think it'd be important to get his take on it. So I don't know if that would, you know, cover Todd's portion of it or not, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know Todd that well, but is he busy, would he be able to do it, you think? I'm willing to take the heat, I
You
just
could
want.
I mean, I can ask him, but, the
Let's throw
building,
it-
the
let's
building
throw-
inspector would probably, do the exact same thing we would.
Okay,
So, cause I mean, they're looking for those things too.
so we could put Scott on there if he wants to come help, but we may have to pay him though. Because,
Possibly.
yeah. Well, let's see if Scott is willing to sit down at least one meeting with you guys. And then let's name, the chief and see if he's willing to do it. And if you're not, I guess you three do it. All right, you guys okay with that? Yep. Steve?
Yes.
Okay. So let's move on to, looks like, any other business brought forward for the building department? No? Okay, old business, looks like we have, Music in the Park by Bob Jenkins, page 27.
And one of the additions to the agenda.
Oh, do we? Okay, let's take that one. Excuse me, Bob, we'll do the addition quick here and then we'll move on. So old business, I guess we do have, we have a public review of policy that Nancy had looked over. I looked over the public proposed expenditure policy and I thought it looked good. We also have the fund balance policy, the liaison policy. If you guys have looked them over and are prepared to make a motion, we can approve all three of them, or otherwise we can do individual, if you have one that you want to not approve.
I thought all three of them looked good, so I would make a motion to approve the public purpose expenditures policy, the fund balance policy, and the council liaison policy.
Okay, do we have a second?
I will second that.
Okay, second by Johnson, I should have said first by Carlson. Any discussion, anyone? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Lacey, for pointing that out. I forgot about that. Now we go to Bob. You got the floor.
We had, on the 8th, I'm not sure of the date, it's not sure, so we had about 20 to 30 people, and those that were there seemed to enjoy it. Because, even though it was a bit on the brisk side, it wasn't supposed to be, but the forecast said, but that's what we had, so we dealt with it. We had, somewhere 20 to 30 people, and everybody seemed to have, at least they told me they had a good time. So, yeah,
Good.
and, only one of our city council persons was there. So, we want to thank him for that. And, I'm here because I'm looking for money. Since we did one, we got it underway. So I'm looking for a donation of about $3,000, which is what you gave, June Fest.
Last year, yeah.
See, and theirs is only one day, ours is gonna be 4 days,
Oh, wow.
different days. See,
So you're dividing the 3,000 out over the year of 8, 2,000?
Huh?
You're dividing that out over the whole year of 8?
over the 4 days, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Because some groups are gonna be very expensive and some are gonna be, well, if we can get them for free, I'll take them, but that's not gonna happen too often. So, yeah, because I thought, well, if you were giving them 3,000 for one day, I could at least try for 3 for 4 days. And it would be, at this point, we're looking at, several of the groups that I'm talking with, are looking at Saturday afternoon from about 1:30 to 3 or something along that time frame.
Sure.
And I don't think, when I policed the park and we left, the park was in better shape when we left it than it was when we found it.
Nice. Oh, good.
And I don't think there was any problems, was there, Ron?
No, no problem.
We didn't have a whole lot of people, so there couldn't have been a lot of problems, but, so yeah.
Sounds good. All right, I'm looking, does anybody want to make a motion for a donation for 2018 for Music in the Park?
No, I don't remember, what did June Fest provide us when we gave them the donation? Do any of you guys recall?
As far as information or what they were
Yeah.
gonna do?
Yeah.
I don't have everything they provided us, but I have some things. This is just one from one meeting. They provide information on the events that they're doing. You can take a look at it if you want.
Well, I'm just thinking, you know, maybe we need to put some procedures in place if we're gonna make one do one thing and another, not that we need any more rules, but
I would just
I
like to
just
bring
don't
to you
recall.
guys' attention too, and I think that the 3,000 was given kind of generously this year because of our centennial. Wasn't that kind of what we had talked about? It was a city centennial.
That was a centennial,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that was a big part of it. Uh, Well, as I understand it, he says that doing 4 of these events is what's gonna be done in a year. And you've done 1 this year so far, right? You did the 1? You did 1?
What?
1 Music in the Park.
Yeah, he did one
Just
music in
one.
the park this year, yeah.
Yes. So, I recall we require a year of performance before we consider any monetary.
Somebody wanna make a motion?
I would make a motion that we deny the request for money for 2018.
Okay, We have a motion on the table to deny it for 2018. Do we have a second?
Mr. Reagan, point of
Hey, hey,
information.
shh, 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 shh. Do we have a second?
I'd like to make a donation, but I don't know if 3,000, that seems an awful lot.
I guess I feel the same as Jason. I'd just like to know more of what you have proposed.
Well,
Well, no, I mean like a formal, like they gave us, paperwork kind of showing.
I have given that to you several times.
Well, first of all, let's finish our motion before we conduct in conversation. I'm looking for a second. If we don't have a second, then the motion won't stand. All right, so the motion doesn't stand, so. What do you wanna think about it? Do you wanna, doesn't have to be done this meeting.
I guess I myself would like to see something. To see us do a little, something. 3,000 sounds like a lot, but yet I don't know what Bob has proposed also,
Yeah.
Well,
so.
Well, some of it, I think, is a fine line. We do have to have a nonprofit organization that has to be funded through, so we have to make sure that that occurs.
Yeah, we can't actually give him money.
No. It can go to
It has to go to a true
nonprofit.
nonprofit?
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I think isn't the one in charge of this, the June Fest is nonprofit, right?
The chamber,
Right.
yeah, we can donate directly to.
Bob, I
them.
know you had talked originally that LEAP was gonna be involved in it. Is that still the case?
what?
LEAP still?
Yes,
Okay.
they're our fiduciary.
Can you get a statement from them stating that they're willing to do that for us?
You already have one.
Do we?
Yes,
We're,
you have several of them.
no, but we can't go back last year. We need to go.
No, but I'm saying this was in the last month or so. Remember,
No,
I gave it to you with the list of all the LEAP members.
that was a long time ago, but we need to have a fresh one for next year though. So see if they're willing to be your agent, so we can send money through a
Because
nonprofit.
I talked to Gretchen, and she said, I thought that was, because I said this might come up. She said, well, I thought that was for the year from the time we sent it to you until next.
No, because here's the deal, when I run these meetings, when I deny something, we deny something, it ain't gonna get brought back up. So you brought it back up for 2018, and I understand that, but then now we need the new paperwork. That's how I feel. How do you guys feel about it?
If we're gonna give the money to LEAP, then I would like to see something from LEAP that says what their involvement is.
Right.
I mean, because we need to be responsible for the money. We
Right.
need to know where the money's going and who's gonna be handling it and, I mean, what's gonna happen, what's gonna be done? Is LEAP actually gonna provide us with financial accounting on a regular basis?
Right.
Or they, to what extent are they gonna be involved? We should have that information.
Lacey, you have something?
Oh, I was just gonna say that we
A
have,
list of people at LEAP, but I don't recall anything actually from LEAP saying anything about them being the fiduciary for a Music in the Park event in Motley.
Because there was a list of all the LEAP members,
Yeah,
and then there was about a paragraph or two stating what they were doing.
Okay, so they need to provide us with their is it C1A1? What is their,
They're a 501.
501, yeah, they need to provide us that
That's
with that
in
number.
that,
It's in there?
well, we have documentation showing that LEAP is a 501c3, but I don't believe we have anything saying that LEAP has agreed to be a fiduciary agent for Music in the Park in Motley.
Right.
And
That's
if we do, I apologize that I don't recall, Bob. I wish you would have given that to me again.
there
then.
were, one was just a paragraph and the other one was a whole list of all the
We know who's
board of
involved
directors.
with LEAP. Yeah, we know who the board of directors are. That doesn't really help us though.
Yeah, but there was one paragraph or paragraph and a half stating that they were our 5013C beneficiary.
Correct. But we wanna make sure that the money, if we're gonna give them money too, that's gonna come back to you and not, you know what I mean? They need to have some statement saying
No,
that.
it's never, never,
Okay,
never.
so how are you gonna get your money?
When I paid Jim, I called Gretchen
Right,
and said, I need a check for X amount of dollars
right,
paid to Jim Olson.
cause they can't give it to you either, exactly.
Yes, and they gave me the check.
Yeah.
So my name is on nothing. I
Okay,
can sign nothing, other than some contracts I can sign. But when it comes to fiduciary, no, I can sign nothing.
okay. All right, well, let's put this up to the next meeting, if you guys wanna review it, and then,
Yeah, that's really what I'm asking for from LEAP, is
Right.
that they tell us what their involvement is there.
Right.
Because we don't have anything, I haven't seen anything that says what they're committing to.
yeah. Can you get that for us? I know it's a little more work, but we have plenty of
Yeah,
time.
exactly what are you looking for?
Exactly what she just said. We need to have LEAP explain to us that they are willing to be support you, so if we donate money to them, that they're willing to give it to whatever function you're gonna do here,
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, what their involvement is.
What's their involvement, and then we need to know what their involvement's gonna be. Are they just gonna do the money funneling? Is that all they're doing, or are
that's all
they?
they're doing.
Okay.
That's
You have
all
something you
they're
wanna add to that?
Yeah, I guess my only other thing is, you know, it's sort of in our policy that we don't, the city doesn't donate to individuals, and that if they
Correct.
do make a donation, it has to be for the benefit of the entire city. So my only other concern, if it was brought back here, that we also have information, that you guys also have information about, you know, will there be advertising? How, because I don't know how people knew about this music in the park. And I know it was only like 10 days in advance that it was planned. So just to make sure that it is available for the entire city and all of that.
Advertise like that for the benefit of the community.
Do any of you listen to JJ Radio?
I don't,
Do any of you listen to Lakeland Public Television?
sometimes I do,
Okay, we were advertised on there.
okay?
We were advertised on KLTF in Little Falls. So,
So why didn't you put any signs out by your yard though, and just say,
Huh?
why didn't you put signs out so we could see them?
shekels,
Oh,
I had to,
yeah,
by the time I paid the musician, there wasn't a whole lot of
yeah,
left. And I did price a banner for next year, and they're in the vicinity of $180. And every time we change the date, we have to send it back, and they would charge another 25 or $50 to change the date on it. So I did price that.
okay,
And, but yeah, no, that's the whole point, is I'm just trying to do something instead of making Monty a pass-through.
right. I
And
get
you're
that,
tired of me saying that. Because if you watch the traffic for the last couple, 3 weeks going by my house or by your business, it took my nurse to come to my house. It took her 20 minutes sitting at the corner there of Ash and Highway 10 to get onto Ash. She could not get to Ash. So traffic is going through. We need something to say, hey,
well, last weekend, if you would've put a deer in your yard, they would've stopped.
I have had them there. I have had them there.
Alright, sounds good, so we're gonna put it on for December, meeting, Lacey, you wanna make just a quick note on
Can I
that?
make one more
Yeah, go
request,
ahead.
Bob? Hey, Bob, I guess for me, what I'd like to see, you know, with this one, they gave us a list of kind of where their expenses were kind of getting divvied up and what they kind of wanted to do. For me, that would be helpful to see also. I don't know how the council feels, but just to, because there's things that we may be able to help you with.
Because on that one, basically the advertising has to come out of my budget.
Right,
And sometimes I can try and get PSAs, but not always.
Yeah, but things like you were talking about the cost of the sign, you know, the advertising, just so we have ideas where you want the money to go, because we may have some resources to help you too.
Because now, I can't give you where the resources are gonna go, because most of it's gonna go for music. And I can't, until I get some sort of money that I can deal with, I can go talk to these guys and figure, okay, now fine.
Well, why don't
Well, even
you,
if
why
it's
don't you get a list of those
estimates,
though? Get a list of who you're thinking of having and how much they're charging, at least get that down, so we can look at that and say, okay, he's got his ducks in a row, you know? If you can't get them, we get that, we understand that, but you gotta be focused on a goal you're gonna go
Yeah,
after.
because the average group, I got a bargain with Jim, because he's a friend. But some of them are in the vicinity, like, an example is when Tammy and the Bachelor was here. She's $800 for just two.
Right.
And there's another one, Hans Blitzen, the weapons inspectors that I'm after. He's 2,500. And then,
So Bob, I don't mean to cut you off,
yeah,
but,
but I'm just giving, kind of give you some idea.
right. But get us a list of stuff that you think is gonna cost, even though you may not be able to get them. Just get stuff organized, kinda like they have here in the list, and I think that's what they're asking. Do a little homework, so.
Okay, the next question is, do you expect the same for June Fest?
They have been doing that. Yeah, we have copies of it right here,
Okay,
so.
but I just want the same rules to apply,
We get that, so.
that's my concern.
All
Okay,
right.
thank you for your consideration.
You
Thank
bet.
you, Bob.
All right, moving on. Any other business brought forward? For old business, I think we got everything covered, so we'll move to new business. We have some meeting room requests, waiver fees. Looks like we have Cass County 4-H, and we have Busy Bee 4-H meeting. I'm looking for a motion to approve to waive their rental fee.
I would make that motion.
Okay, motion made by Hutchinson, looking for a second. Second by O'Regan. Have any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Resolution 2017-16, a resolution clarifying the 2017 unpaid utilities to the Morrison County Auditor. We should have got a receipt of those, I think by email.
It's up there.
Yeah, so we're looking for a motion to approve them.
I will make that motion.
Okay, motion made by Johnson, looking for a second.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Carlson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Leagues of Minnesota Cities Insurance Trust liability coverage waiver declaration. Annually, typically we do not waive that limit. That's on page 28. So, Lacy, you suggest that we do not waive it?
Correct.
I need a motion that we do not waive it.
No, make a motion that we do not waive it.
Okay. Motion made by Carl,